Steve's right. I spent a lot of time. We've spent time in prayer and Bible study. We've just had a good time building that relationship, and we've mutually encouraged one another. And it's so great that we have unity. The next person I want to have talk, and I had the pleasure of baptizing this guy, and he's so lighthearted, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he gets excited, and we just want to see some of that passion and zeal. So Willie, will you come up and speak?
Well, just when I thought I was going to talk about Josh took it, and then I thought about something else, and Gary took it. So, and then Steve came up here, and now I have to think of something else. Not really. I love this church because of the generosity of its members. I used to come to church here back when I was younger also, and I never really, when I came to church, I really didn't realize, I was just a kid. I didn't think of anything really out of it. So, as I got older and I came back to church and I spent time with all of you guys, I really appreciate it. The Gordon and Georgia, we had a horse, and my wife, this lady gave it to her. Their generosity was they gave us a place to keep the horse. We didn't want to put it down or anything, and they came out and they, and talked to my wife, and I want to thank them for their generosity. To me, this is my church family. I'm an only child, so this is kind of really cool to me because I got a lot of brothers and sisters here. And then, one day I was working on my car and Gary showed up. I called Gary and he came right over. He came and helped me with no questions asked. And we were working till dark. It might just be just the little things. Like one day when I was helping count after the Lord's Supper and stuff, and counting up the offerings, I was handed a gift card. Somebody had put a gift card in the offering plate to give to me. And I thought, that was so gracious. I just want to thank each and every one of you, for everything that you've done, whether it's uplifting, just talking to me and talking to me about their troubles. It uplifts me. It's just like, wow, they're the same as I am. Everybody's on equal stance. There's one person that I could really go give recognition to, is Helen Gower. Helen was, to me, she was a member of the church. I looked up to her. And even after she was gone to her Lord in heaven, she let the people of this congregation graze on her lawn. To me, that was so uplifting. And it got me so emotional. But I want to be like that. So far we've talked about, the generosity of the church, unity, staying with the church, and accountability. It's all stuck in my brain. Thank you. And all your generosity just keeps on giving, and there's nothing like it. I didn't prepare for this. I'm the first one to hear it too. I really don't like preparing for things because I want it to come from my heart. I don't want it to come from a read edition where later on somebody's going to get a number one book out of it. But the thing about it is, I truly believe that everything that we do and we say and when is real. That God is real. That Jesus died for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Willie. I have one more speaker I want to come up and speak, and then I'll say some things afterwards. But it's always good to have a good closer. And who better than pitcher Randy Johnson?
I'll use another sports reference because what Willie said is true. He actually took mine, what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about generosity, so I'm going to pull an audible. I would like to say that this church here is extra special. I've been to a lot of places. I've worshiped in California, I've worshipped in Texas, I've worshipped in Tennessee, Oregon, different places, and some of those places I've been at for a while. But here's what's unique about this particular congregation. We truly try to restore first century New Testament Christianity. Not only the pattern which we see in the scripture, but the spirit of which we treat each other. And I just wanted to talk a little bit. I'm not going to mention anybody by name, because if I mention anybody by name, I'm going to forget somebody, and somebody will be offended. But I'm going to tell you about some of the things that I have seen that really show me that we're trying to do not only the pattern of Christianity, but the spirit that was given. I've seen people work on a visitor's car so that they can be encouraged and come back later. I've seen people do babysitting so that other people could then worship the Lord without having any distraction. I've seen people come down to the building and work on this building when they could be doing any other thing. I've seen it on workday Saturdays. I've seen it throughout the week. When nobody else is down here, one or two people down here working on the building, making this building better so when we worship on Sunday, we'll have a good place to worship. I've seen people take their time to get ready for classes so that they could encourage people on a Sunday. I've seen people open up their homes. They've opened up their homes for prayer nights. They've opened up their homes for men's meetings. They've opened up their homes for Bible studies. They've opened up their homes for other people who don't have a place to live, that they could actually have a place to live at much inconvenience to themselves. It's amazing. I've seen people give of their own personal resources, whether it's money or things. I've seen people give money to support Christians. I've seen people give money to people who they don't even know so that they could possibly have a chance to share the gospel with them. I've seen a person who was hurting for money himself and was so moved by somebody else's plight that he gave up money for them. I've seen some incredible things from this congregation, and it just goes to show, I think, that we're trying to do it right here. And we've continued to do exactly what I mentioned before, which is try to restore not only the pattern of New Testament Christianity, which is 100% biblical, 100% right in what we should be doing, but also the Spirit. Matthew 25, it talks about when the Lord returns, He's going to ask a few people, what did you do for those who were also actually meek? Did you give a cold cup of water? Did you visit people who were sick? Did you visit people who were in prison? What did you do for those people whom I love to show that you truly have me in your heart and you're working for them? These are the things that we're doing. And these are the things that give me hope. They're the things that give me encouragement. And they're the things that make me love each and every one of you more and more each day. And the fact that you always forgive me for being emotional. Because you know how I am. So anyway, I just want to say that this particular congregation, I've never seen the generosity, I've never seen the love, I've never seen the unity, I've never seen any of these things that all these others have talked about like I've seen it here. So, I love you all.
Love you too, brother.
I love you, Randy. I actually like seeing Randy cry. It makes me feel good.